Hey, what's up? We're continuing our Dividend Stocks for Kids. Super excited for this one. I had a lot of fun putting it together. It is none other than Nintendo. Now, truth be told, I was a Sega kid. I started out in the early 80s with ColecoVision in television, and then I graduated to the Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, and then I went in the Navy, and then I kind of got back into it with Xbox. So not really a gamer, but I do go back to the classic games. My friends had Atari and Nintendo, so I love it. This was a lot of fun making this, and I hope you enjoy it. And if you do get any value, and if you're helped at any point, please ring that bell for me. It's free for you, and it really does mean the world for me. I'm super excited to do this, so without any further ado, let's get into Nintendo. In 1889, Fusajiro Yamauchi began manufacturing Hanafuda flower cards, which are Japanese playing cards in Kyoto. These cards can still be bought on Amazon today. 1933, the company was established as an unlimited partnership, Yamauchi Nintendo and Company. In 1951, the name of the company was changed to Nintendo Playing Card Company Limited. In 1959, the company started selling cards printed with Walt Disney characters, opening up a new market in children's playing cards and resulting in a boom in the card department. In 1963, the company changed its name to Nintendo Company Limited and started manufacturing games in addition to playing cards. And in 1977, the company developed home use video games in cooperation with Mitsubishi Electric, TV Game 15 and TV Game 6. In 1980, the company created a wholly owned subsidiary, Nintendo of America Incorporated in New York, and Nintendo began selling the Game & Watch product line in Japan, the first portable LCD video games with a microprocessor. So upon doing the research for this video, I completely forgot that I actually had one of the Game & Watches as a kid. Nintendo artist Shigeru Miyamoto created the game Donkey Kong. The hero, originally called Jumpman, is a carpenter racing to save his girlfriend Pauline from a crazed ape. Jumpman was later renamed during the establishment of Nintendo of America's headquarters by Nintendo Company Limited in honor of Jumpman's resemblance to their office landlord Mario Segali. He was later renamed Mario. 1984, the company launched the Famicom system in Japan, later renamed Nintendo Entertainment System when it was launched worldwide. Stellar software titles were developed one after another, but it was Super Mario Bros. That quickly became a smash hit around the world. Studies at the time showed that children were as or more familiar with Mario as they were with Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny. 1986, the Nintendo Entertainment System was launched and instantly became a major hit and a must-have in homes across Europe and the USA. 1989, the Game Boy, the first portable handheld game system with interchangeable game cartridges, is introduced in Japan along with Tetris. Nintendo would go on to release the Super Nintendo, N64, Game Boy, Wii, and where we are today with the Nintendo Switch. Nintendo, headquartered in Kyoto, Japan, trades under the ticker NTDOY on the pink sheets as an ADR, or an American Depository Receipt, where each ADR share is worth 1/8 of an ordinary share of Nintendo. That's a very quick and consolidated history of Nintendo. We didn't even get into Pokemon, which Nintendo brought forth. I love history. I'm a bit of a history buff, and this was just really cool. And now you two are much more informed about the history of Nintendo. So what about the dividend? Well, according to Charles Schwab, the dividend is currently $1.92. They typically make 2 dividend payments each fiscal year, and the distributions are set as fixed percentages of their profits. From fiscal years 2011 through 2016, Nintendo's net income and dividend per share fell sharply and didn't recover until the Switch hit the market in 2017. And as we look at the annual dividend trend, we'll see that big lull from 2012 to 2016, which was resurrected by the Switch. So that's just something to keep in mind with Nintendo, is that if they have a lull until they always come out with something to resurrect the company and just take the world by storm, you're going to have to be prepared with lower dividends because it's a percentage of their profits. It's not a fixed amount. And the current payout ratio is a very reasonable 55%. Looking at the consolidated sales, we'll see almost everything is up. Net sales up 34.4%. 8% year over year, 35% from the dedicated video game platform, 11.3% from mobile and IP related, and the playing cards, I'm shocked, are down 41%. And check that out, the Americas represent 41.6% of the regional sales ratio, with 77% making up the overall overseas sales ratio. Same thing, looking good year over year with the ordinary profit, that the non-operating income up 55%, but check that out, the non-operating expenses fell 92%, the ordinary profit up 88%, net profit up 85%, and the net profit ratio at 7.5%, a very healthy 27.3% net profit ratio. Digital sales slumped in quarter 2 and started rebounding in quarter 3. Now in quarter 4, they have some releases coming out, including the Switch Online, and Animal Crossing will also be coming out as the downloadable version of packaged software. But overall, digital sales were up a very healthy 68.5%. One of my favorite parts about Nintendo is the financial health, just a massively healthy balance sheet, as we can see here, that their short-term assets just blow away the long-term liabilities. And they currently have no debt. You don't see this often. Nintendo is debt-free with a 0 debt to equity ratio. Past 5 years, their earnings have grown 42.1%, and the last 1 year, a whopping 85.7% earnings growth. And as we just did see from their presentation, Simply Wall Street has it spot on, 27.3% profit margin, just looking superstar. I like to see what's up and coming. They have the Nintendo Switch Lite on May 21st. Game Builder Garage, this looks really interesting. Design and share your own games is coming out June 11th, and the ever popular Mario Golf Super Rush on June 25th. So apparently in my house, I was the only one that has been living under a rock, as I was not aware of Super Nintendo World, which had its grand opening on March 18th, 2021. Now, I think that looks incredible from these images, and they are projected to open in Orlando in 2025. And wrapping up, as always, with the Simply Wall Street valuation, fair value of $104.73, making them 31.3% undervalued from the current price of $71.93. Just keep in mind that if you do invest in Nintendo, they are an ADR, as I do invest with companies like NIO or Volkswagen. You will pay a very small pass-through fee. Usually it's a penny, sometimes it's less than a penny per share, and there are also certain small taxes that go along with that. So just something to keep in mind. It's not going to break the bank, but it is a fee and something to be made aware of. You can always contact your broker to find out exactly how much they may charge. And that's Nintendo. When I see that balance sheet, man, that makes me want to invest in them. But something that gives me pause is the technology. They have to keep adapting. And as you saw, there was a big lull there in the middle of the last decade where they just really weren't growing and they were kind of stagnant until the Switch hit. And then it's just rocket ship. So we'll hope they can keep that momentum going. They can keep it going up and to the right and paying those increasing dividends on the increasing profits. Hey, let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this, I want to hear about it so I can know to do more of these dividend stocks for kids, because I enjoy it. I like looking into the history, and getting kids interested in investing is what this is all about. If it means that they might not be exposed to crazy dividend growth, it's okay. Just that they're aware that this is a possibility, that they can invest in the companies that they know and love and receive a portion of the profits back to them when people buy or use the services of those companies that they know and love. And speaking of love, I would love for you to hit me up on Twitter at RustyRam78. We can chat there. And if you haven't seen my first Dividend Stocks for Kids about Hasbro, go check it out here. I'm waiting for you over there, and I'll see ya.